Welcome back, guys. Welcome to today's project. I'm doing a embroidery applique rehoop kind of a thing today. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. So we're gonna start this project today with cutting some fabric for what will be our applique. It's gonna actually be a two-part. It's going to be a front and the back of the shirt. So we need actual two pieces of fabric that I must treat with some heat and bond on the back. So that's what you see what I'm doing here. And y'all already know I didn't bring out that my heating pad. I just used my hand-to-dandy t-shirt here to smooth out the fabric. And I am going to add some actual heavy duty heat and bond because that's all I have in supply right now. So I'm using my mini Cricut to adhere the heat and bond to the back of the fabric. As you can see, it's not covering the whole piece of the fabric, and I actually need the whole piece of the fabric, and you're going to find out I ran out later, but yeah, I digress on that for now. But yeah, so I'm smoothing it out, adding adhering the heat and bond to the fabric. Now I'm not going to say it's like a solid adherence here, but it's enough because after I'm done I always heat press my shirts, so it'll adhere permanently then. So I'm just using the mini Cricut now to just give me a center line so that I can hoop everything on up here. And hey, the struggle with hooping is real, and this is the back of the shirt, by the way. So I'm using my 8x12 hoop for, that goes with my PR 620 6 needle Brothers 6 needle, and I am sizing everything up so that I can get everything hooped up nice and neat to be added to the machine. So of course you got to add the stabilizer in. So this is heavy duty cutaway stabilizer that I'm kind of just positioning inside of the shirt. I mean, you'll see in a second I spray some basting adhesive spray so that the shirt is nice and smooth and that it doesn't move when it's inside of the hoop. And so what we're going to do here is, take the hoop apart and kind of center it and hoop it up nice and tight so that we get a nice embroidery, not loose embroidered design on the back here. So yeah, y'all know hooping, the struggle with hooping is real. It has to be just right, so that the design, especially when you rehoop, it has to be just right. So the struggle there is real. So yeah, I put it on the machine now after I got everything hooped up nice and neat. There's going to be a number 5 on the back here. So this what you see is the top of the 5 that we're about to do. So we're going to take our fabric and we are going to place the fabric so we can get the tack down stitch, and then we're going to go in with our applique scissors and cut out the applique from the basting stitch. And this doesn't take too long. And after we actually get this basting stitch, you're going to see that I'm going to take it off the machine and cut the applique out using my applique scissors. And then I'm going to place it back on the machine for the satin stitch to go ahead and stitch out. You have to be very detail oriented and don't mind tedious work when it comes to appliques, and I don't mind it at all. It's kind of therapeutic for me, actually. Alright, so I'm finishing up cutting this out, and this is what it looks like after you cut it out. And then that's what it looks like with the satin stitch. So what you're going to see now is I'm going to unhoop to rehoop, cut out the same size stabilizer because I'm just going to put it, I have to hoop it down, and that's what I did there. But it took me a while to do that, so I sped through that. But the same kind of concept, put it on the machine, get the basting stitch, cut it off, cut out the applique. I'm going to use that piece of fabric a little later. Cut out the applique piece, put it back on the machine, and get that satin stitch going. Now there will be some words above this as well, so it's going to do a satin stitch, and it's going to do a word in the middle of the split number. And I had to clean it all up with my little vacuum. I bought this vacuum strictly for the lab. That's what I call this in my office in here, so that I could clean up little bits and pieces of thread and things as I do projects. So that's what it looked like, guys. Did you see it? So this is the next day, because I told you I ran out of heating bun, so I had to go to the store and get some more. And then I had to just go ahead and treat the other half of the fabric, because I'm going to actually the front of the shirt has an applique piece as well, and you're going to see that after I get this all cut out, I'm going to put it back on the machine, go ahead and cut it, get that applique piece cut out, and then I'm going to embroider on the front of the shirt. The front of the shirt was also a rehoop. Like I did one part of the design that has the applique, then I had to unhoop it to get the words at the top. You'll see what I'm talking about in a second. It's just that I don't walk all the way through that process, so once it flips and I show you that, I'm kind of just explaining what happened. So yeah, the front of the shirt is a rehoop, just like the back of the shirt was. It was a two-part design, and it was an applique. You'll see the delta in the middle of the shirt was an applique piece as well. So I'm just preparing all of that so that I can do this. And this is the next day, of course. Now, y'all, I ironed some of the heating bun onto my t-shirt, and I got mad and just said I can't deal with it right now, because it was all sticky on the shirt. So I just had to find me another shirt, I guess. But yes, I'm just hooping it up just like y'all saw me do the back of the shirt. Nothing different here. And I did this in two pieces. I didn't have to cut two pieces of stabilizers, because the stabilizer actually was large enough to for me to hoop and then rehoop with using the same stabilizer. So I didn't have to do two pieces of stabilizer for the front. So that is the difference from the back, and that's what it looks like. So you can see that I double hooped that. You can kind of see where I had to double hoop that. And then I have one more piece that I have to do with this shirt before I clean it all up and get it all ready to go and ship. I have to do the sleeve. So I got me some, I always save like little pieces of the stabilizer that I cut off from like the inside of the shirt and things like that for smaller pieces like this. So I'm just hooping up the sleeve right now with my 4x4 hoop. So that's what I'm using here to actually embroider on the sleeve of the t-shirt. And y'all know all of this takes like patience. It takes skill, but it takes patience over skill, I think. You gotta have the patience to get the skills. And I've been doing this for about a year now, and it's absolutely therapeutic for me. So I love it. So yeah, got it off the machine. Got the sleeve is done. I'm just cleaning it up, cutting out the cutaway stabilizer. I'm going to just clean it up with my lint roller and take a little wet rag, around the shirt a little bit to get rid of the hoop residue, and things like that, and press it. And after I do that, that's kind of it. So this was, a fun project to do. I appreciate the client for letting me do this. I had a lot of fun doing it, and this is kind of what the front turned out and looked like. This is what the back turned out to look like. And I thank you all for watching. Hopefully see you in the next one.